All right, guys, so here we are in my backyard still. And if you take a look at the ground behind me, you're gonna see an X. And that X is sort of like a V template that we can use to move upon and to use as a template for our footwork. You can also superimpose a plus sign over top of that X. When I was doing Pintados, we would tape it on the ground, or we would have a full-on like an asterisk, our 8-point movement template. It's the same thing as the ocho teros, the 8-pointed star. The same template is superimposed on the ground as it is in the air when we're doing our drills. That's part of the Pintados system. We wanted to keep things as simple as possible and applicable on different levels. Okay, so our footwork drills essentially follow an X pattern or a diamond pattern. So if I'm here, a basic advance, forward and return, back and return. If I'm doing a sideways view, you can look at my heel. The heel generally stays off the ground. I've heard about people training by putting tacks in their shoes so they never put their toes down. But an advance would be forward, follow, back, follow. So we're here and we do this repeated. Now, it's Cali, so we do practice ambidexterity. Although it's very interesting to point out, and it's important to point out, that we shouldn't forget our weapons lead. Our dominant hand should be the one that we're putting forward. So our front foot is facing forward through the asterisk, and our back one is at a 45-degree angle aligning with this line here. So one going this way, the other going here, forward and back, forward and back, forward and back. Now, the next one that we do, we call an open V. I learned it as a few different names. Cali V was one of them, and open V is another. So if we're here, we're stepping offline this way, whatever we're doing off that line, bringing it back, stepping offline this way, whatever we're doing, coming back. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we can work that open V. The other one would be a closed V, where maybe we've stepped offline and we need to close the distance with our opponent and step offline. We can still do our 8-point template swinging on that closed line. So we start with the 1 close, 2 open, 3 close, 4 open, 5 close, 6 open, 7 close, 8 open. So that's an option there. Another one that we do is what I would call an open door step. I'm sure that there's Filipino names for this, but once again, we're well-fed Westerners, and we're doing a Western system of stick boxing. I don't call it necessarily Cali. I don't call it necessarily Arnis. I don't call it Eskrima. We're doing stick boxing because I speak English. I'm from a well-fed Canadian boy. All right, so we're doing what I would call an open door step. So we take a step sideways, open the door, readjust, step sideways, open the door. Once again, we take a step sideways, open the door. Now this kind of thing is very, it's applicable if I'm gonna straighten out here for you. Now let's say if I've caught your wrist and I'm applying an arm bar. So that's that step sideways, open the door into an arm bar, all right? So step sideways, open the door into an arm bar. Again, step and open, step and open. There's also, if we're in here, you want to take a look, we can do the step, rewind, step, rewind, retreat, pop, 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 avoid, step, re-angling. Now, if you want to keep in mind, we've got a wedge in front of us at any time. This is our hubad flows, and this is our knife fighting angles. So if we're going to keep to the center line, it makes sense to let their center line go past us, do whatever we're doing, and readjust into pop, 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 a better position to renegotiate whatever we're going to be doing. All right, another one that we've done is the tight side step. The tight side step was also known as palahis, or knife passing in a lot of ways, because it's very closely incorporated with the arm motion, because somebody's coming for our abdomen. Some of us have more abdomens than others. We take a step, then we create like a C, and we bring it up. So if you check some of our other videos, our knife tapping videos, I cover the tight side step or the palahis footwork. If there is a center line thrust or something coming here, emptying out and allowing it to pass through is what we're talking about, while avoiding. Now, this is a complicated one to try and get down because the footwork's a little odd. Take a bit of a step on the V, and then, ooh, I'll show my thighs here. Take a little bit of a step and you make a C, right? Oh shit moment. Oh shit moment. Now we also do the back of the hand. We're trying to get the back of the hand in there. Oh hey Louis, this is my compadre Louis. So we get that back of the arm in there as opposed to this, because we can get cut here a lot easier than here. And we can maintain hold on our tool or on our opponent if we deflect with the back of the arm, as opposed to getting the tendons in here accidentally cut where you lose grip completely. Okay, so our Western fencing style also incorporated an element from the Western style where we lunge, right? If I'm to do this sideways, straight back leg in like this. Now, if you're going to be doing the pengamut, the pananjakman, or the panantoken, and you're doing this stuff, you can incorporate the lunge on your open V for your low line takedowns, your double leg scoops, intercepting, drag downs, all of that. So when we're here, plus if there's a long distance to cover, a lunge is also something that we incorporate into our footwork drill. But on standard, if we're going to be practicing most of our stuff, we're going to be working ideally on the open V. This is the most traditional footwork and most, I guess, well-used footwork for ambidextrous Filipino martial arts stuff. For empty hand, for knife, for improvised tools, or for the stick and sword. All right, so we're working on the V, closed V. There's other upper body movements like elastico, bobbing, and weaving, but I'm not really going to touch on those right now. So that's our footwork. If you want to try it out at home, just do an asterisk on the ground, you know, a plus sign and an X on top of that, the 8-point star. We'll work it from there. Thanks for watching.